Friends and followers, welcome back to my channel and greetings from home. Happy New Year to all y'all around the world right now. And last night, we got hit by a little bit of snow. So, if you're into that stuff, I do have some raw video of last night's little winter event that hit here in Stephenville, Texas. So go check that out if you're interested. But for now, I want to talk with you about 5G. It's here, it's now, and there's a lot of trucking applications that could be enabled by it. And by here and now, I mean literally, I just picked up a 5G phone this morning. And going forward, I expect these devices to become more affordable, more attainable, and more popular. So let's talk about it and maybe bust some myths while we're on the way. Right now on TalkZach. Okay, so what is 5G going to enable for you as a driver? I want to start off with over-the-air map updates for your GPS. Garmin has been a particular slouch when it comes to this, as they don't offer Waze integration, they don't offer Alexa integration, they don't offer nothing for the truck driver except for integration with their own ELD. But the thing is, going forward, they're going to have to start offering this. And there's one way they can easily do that right now, and that's to offer a diesel model that's got an integrated SIM slot. That is built-in cellular and 5G connectivity. So they need to get with the times. I've had many moments where I felt like chucking my Garmin Diesel 780 out the window and other Garmin Diesel and Drive Smart models for the same reason. And therefore, I prefer that Garmin fix this problem right now by getting the truckers a GPS that has built-in 5G functionality. I know many of you drivers cringe at hearing and many of you other people cringe at hearing 5G because you've got fear about the health risks and there's a lot of conspiracy theories going on. Let me tell you this much. 5G has been the technology behind 5G has already been proven in the trucking business. If you drive a Freightliner Cascadia, you'll see what I mean. Because on the front bumper is a mmWave radar. And so far, every driver that I'm aware of has to do a pre-trip with the engine running, as well as pre-trip with the engine off. And when that engine's running, that radar is activated. And not a single driver that I know of has gotten leg cancer from these mmWave radars. And for that matter, it is not just because the driver's only exposed to it for a short time, since in the cab, the driver's exposed to it. Outside, he's really exposed to it. So, no, there is no increased cancer risk from that. Now, there is increased cancer risk from being directly exposed to radiation from things like microwaves and high-powered stuff. And a lot of us drivers, anyway, have already adapted to knowing about this radiation risk. Plus, we want convenience anyway, So oftentimes you see us using a Bluetooth headset or a wired headset of some kind to keep the phone away from the body. So, really, there's no new risk there. Now 600 megahertz versus mid-band versus millimeter wave. The millimeter wave's disadvantage is actually not related to the myth that I just tried to bust. And for that matter, I'll gladly put links to studies that show the risk down in the description below. But the thing that does not concern me is the benefits. Now, millimeter wave, like I said, it only works a short distance anyway. 300, 400 feet, less than a city block. The other networks using the existing mid-band and low-band spectrum. That's right, I said existing. Like, most of them are not standalone, T-Mobile being the exception to the rule. As T-Mobile actually spent some time and money negotiating with various television operators to have them repack their spectrum, change their transmitter power, etc., and go through a lot of technical stuff to enable low-band 5G for them. Mid-band 5G is something that's coming on the scene right now too. And again, it's using existing spectrum and no increased risk. So, therefore, 5G is not dangerous, unlike what many of these myth people want you to believe. But I do see a couple applications for trucking where 5G will make your life better. Number one, ELDs. There's a lot of data that goes through these hours of service babysitters, as I'll call them. And 5G will just make the connection between those devices and the network servers faster. Same goes for drive cams, which currently rely on older 4G and even 3G technology. LIDAX needs to upgrade those when they have the first opportunity. Because a 5G drive cam will be coming soon. And it will need to stream video at the full 30 frames a second and not some 10 frame a second herky-jerky stuff that you see in some cases. Because apparently my phone camera can actually do a much higher frame rate than the drive cam. And that's regardless of what, gosh, all the different phones I've used over the years. I mean, hell, I think an old Samsung Delve from 2008 actually has a higher frame rate than the drive cam right now. And for that matter, I have that old Hillbilly Jack video way down in the TalkZach classics. So if you want to go check that out, that was my first video that I really got the chance to upload on YouTube, where one of my friends was asking a question about that. So yeah, LIDAX, get yourself up to date and get that drive cam thing really working with the newer networks and with a faster input from your camera. In addition to that, autonomous driving. Now, like I said, adaptive cruise control already uses this technology. So, going forward, I could see full autonomy coming to these trucks. And Freightliner's been testing it out already for years. So, and so has Tesla, and so have some of the other truck makers out there. And therefore, I see it going forward as kind of an autopilot, where it's being used to assist the driver, to help the driver relax, especially on days when the wind gets really strong and you need all the help you can get. And that's just one of many things that will allow you to benefit from 5G. Another thing that will help, and when it comes to trucking applications, is the real strong advent of virtual doctor visits, especially now with the pandemic. A lot of drivers, me included, have chronic health conditions, allergies, diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure. Those are the big four. Not to mention that some of these drivers develop back problems. And for those drivers, 5G can't get here fast enough, because they benefit from the ability to video conference with a doctor in their cab without putting anybody else at risk. Corona and some of the other virus outbreak stuff has already demonstrated the benefits of this. So, people, stop fearing 5G. Because going forward, it's going to expand, it's going to get bigger, it's going to become more popular, and the devices that have it will become more affordable. T-Mobile currently sells a couple devices. The OnePlus 8, which I just got, for around $600, and for even cheaper, you could get the T-Mobile Revol, R-E-V-V-L, 5G for less than $400. And the other carriers are going to follow suit real soon. And for you drivers who like flip phones, by the way, T-Mobile also launched another 5G device in the past couple days, namely the new version of the Motorola Razr. So there is now a flip phone with 5G. That means that you don't necessarily have to look like you're using a 5G device anymore. Believe it or not. Anyways, let's make your best trip your next trip. And this is a combined TalkZach and Truckin' It episode. And I will catch y'all later. Until then, have yourself a great night as we kick off the new year and get things rolling. Bye for now.